Hello and welcome back to another episode of Baking with Bob. So first of all, I would just like to give some shout outs to the uploads that have gone on the Instagram, baking.with.bob. Well done for those, absolutely amazing. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe and press the bell icon on this video so you can be notified of future uploads and different recipes. So what's today about? Today we are making blondies. So that is the white chocolate version of a brownie. It does contain nuts, but you can leave them out if you want to. So let's get started. What will we need to do first? As usual, wash our hands. Okay, so hands nice and washed. The next step will be, what ingredients do we need? So we will need 100 grams of unsalted butter. We will need 150 grams of crunchy peanut butter. We will need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 175 grams of golden caster sugar, that's the one. Now I don't have golden caster sugar, so again I'm using my brown sugar with some caster sugar to mix it up and try and counteract that a little bit. We'll also need 1 egg. We'll also need 75 grams of white chocolate. We will need 75 grams of walnuts or mixed nuts, 125 grams of plain flour, and we will need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So, little tip before you start going weighing out all your things. So with the white chocolate, if you want chunks, what I've done is I got a white chocolate bar. I then got my rolling pin and I bashed it. You can cut it up if you prefer, but it's much easier just to bash it with a rolling pin so it's all into little pieces and away you go. Same goes with the walnuts or the mixed nuts. If you can't get hold of chopped walnuts or chopped mixed nuts, put them in a bag, then into another bag, get your rolling pin and smash them until they're into nice little chunks. So, you can pause your video now, get weighing out your ingredients, then press play and join back in with the next step. So the next step is, we are going to put on our oven to preheat it. Let me just double check the temperatures on my notes. So we have got 170 degrees Fahrenheit or 150, sorry, just looking in the corner at the notes. So yes, 170 degrees C. Or 150 if it's a fan. That's 325 Fahrenheit or a gas mark 3. Once you've preheated your oven, we're then going to line a 20 centimetre square tin, or 8 inches, with a little bit of grease and our paper. So let's get started with that. So as you can see, I've already done mine. Again, I sprayed the bottom with a little bit of oil, or you can use a smidge of butter, and then I've put some baking paper to line the bottom, and then we set that aside. Okay, so what's going in the mixing bowl first? So we will be adding our butter and our peanut butter, and then we'll be whisking it up until it's nice and creamy together. Now if you haven't got an electric whisk, you can do this by hand with a fork or with a whisk, but it is much quicker with an electric whisk. So let's start it. So in goes the butter and the peanut butter. And then we're going to whisk this all together till nice and creamy. So the noise doesn't annoy you, I will fast forward the whisking parts. And there we go. Just double check on the camera that you can see that. Yep, I'll show you on the big camera as well. There we go, all mushed in together, nice and creamy. Next, we are going to add our spoon of vanilla, our sugar and our egg. I don't know why the GoPro keeps cutting off, but we'll carry on as long as we can. So, vanilla, 1 teaspoon. And our sugar. I'm going to mix those in first and then I'm going to pop the egg in. There we go, I've mixed that in a little bit and then I'm just going to pop the egg straight in. And then we're going to mix that in as well. And there we go, that's all mixed in. So next what we're going to add into there is we are going to add our nuts and our chocolate chunks. So let's chuck those in. In goes the walnuts. In goes the chocolate chips. And then we're going to give that a little bit more of a mix. And there we go, that's all mixed in. I'm just going to get my spatula and scrape down the sides just to make sure everything's nicely incorporated and nothing's stuck on the bottom. And there we go, so that part is now ready. Next what we're going to have to do is we're going to sift in our flour, if I can speak. We're going to sift in our flour and baking powder and then we're going to fold it in with a spatula or a knife or a spoon. There we go. So let's sift that in. And then we're going to fold that in. So just lift it over and turn it round. And just keep going until it's all nicely mixed in. You really can smell the peanut butter as well. Now it will look like a really thick mixture, but that's exactly what we want, because as it starts to melt in the oven, that's when it gets really gooey. So there we go, that's mixed in enough. I'll just show you on the big camera as well. It does seem quite thick and quite gloopy, but that's perfect, that's what we want. So what we'll do next is we then want to empty it into our pre-greased, pre-lined tin. So spoon it all out into the tin. Get as much out of the bowl as you can, because we don't like waste. And squash it all down nicely so it meets the edges. Try and spread it out as evenly as you can as well, so everybody gets a fair slice. Scrape that extra little bit off. Divine, so peanut buttery. And then we're going to pop that into the oven. It's obviously already preheated, and we're going to leave that in there for about 35 to 40 minutes. You want the crust to be nice and golden, but the middle to still be fudgy. So let's pop that in, and when that comes back out, I shall check back in with you. So see you in a moment. Okay, so welcome back. It's been about 35, 36, 37-ish minutes, so it's time to take the blondie out of the oven. And there we go. So, nice and, I don't know if you can see, the light's quite bad in here, nice and golden brown on the top. see that on the smaller camera. Now mine does look a little bit overdone on the top, but that's just because of the way my oven works. So just to double check that it is done, what you can do is grab a knife, pop it into the middle, and you want it to come out fairly clean. But if you do get a little bit of smudge on there, not to worry, because that will be your peanut butter. And when you touch it, you might think, oh, that's not cooked, but it is. You want that nice gooey middle centre. So what's next? I want you to leave it in the pan. I want you to let it cool in the pan. But before it cools, what we can do is we can decorate it. So my options for decorations are some white chocolate chips, some more chopped walnuts to sprinkle on the top, and I'm going to melt a little bit of dark chocolate and drizzle that over. So what I'm going to do, and just see if you're on the close-up camera, yes you are, is I'm going to sprinkle some of these chocolate chips just over the top, like so. And because it's still warm, they will start to melt slightly and they will stick. So you don't need too many. I've just got a handful here. There we go, chuck them all on. And the same with the chopped nuts. So sprinkle some chopped nuts on. There we go. That's those all on. And then I'm going to pop my chocolate, my dark chocolate, into the microwave on 10-second blasts, stirring occasionally till it's nice and melted, and then we'll just drizzle that all over the top. So let's pop that in the microwave. Okay, so my chocolate is nice and melted. Can you see that there? And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle on the top. And it's just to make everything stick on nicely and just to give that added extra chocolate flavour. All around the edges I like to go. So I think I only used 4 squares. It might have been 3 actually. You don't need too much, it's just decoration. But or you can go as crazy as you like. It's your blondie at the end of the day. And then what we'll do with this is we will leave this out on the side. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll then leave this out on the side and it will cool down. Once it's cooled down, you can cut it into your squares. So let me just give you a... It's not very good, I've got a bulb gone still. But you can see it on the close-up camera anyway. There we go. So like I say, leave that till it has completely cooled down. Then chop it up into your portions and enjoy. So that is it for today's episode. You will see the picture of the final result in the thumbnail of this video anyway. And so yes, so coming up next, I've got one that's not quite baking, but it's something I've been requested for several times. We will be doing a fake away. So a fake takeaway, and what we're going to be using is McDonald's sausage and egg McMuffin. So we'll call it a McGuffey muffin. So yes, that will be the next episode. And like I say, that's it. Enjoy, have fun, don't eat too much. So don't forget to smash the like button on this video if you are still watching the video. Don't forget to press subscribe, click on the bell notification, and then you will find out when I upload any more recipe videos. You can also head over to the Facebook page, which is Baking with Bob, or you can upload and tag yourself in some of your own creations on my Instagram, which is baking.with.bob. So on that note, we are finished, and again, take care, look after yourselves, and I will see you next time.